So a nice old lady from down the street said that her husband had a few resistors in the basement I could have. This was her idea of a few. So, the first part of this project is to sort these all out by type into different little individual piles. Fortunately, through the magic of video, it might not take as long as you would think. Unknown. Regular resistors. Power resistors. Something. I have no idea what these are. I think they're resistors. Resistors. Silver mica caps. Ancient. Some capsules here. There. Film caps. Lots of these. New spec caps. Okay. So. Okay. So, let's go through these now. So, here we have unknown parts. I think most of those are capacitors of some form or another. A big pile of power resistors. Most of them are 39K for whatever reason. And then there was a bunch of other passive components, a bunch of resistors, a whole bag of 100K resistors. So I definitely got a decade box in my future, because those are 1K and half of 1%, 1K and 1K resistors. Good for making a decade box. A whole whack of old domino resistors. Some of the Vantage guys like those. There's some crystals there, and a whole bunch of these. Haven't figured out what those are yet. A whole whack of old Waxies. Now the Waxies are interesting, in that none of these are going to test good. But a lot of the vintage guys, what they do is they take the They cut them, empty them out, and reuse the shells. And what you do is you put a nice resistor inside, or a capacitor inside of the same value, and they get a nice looking job afterwards. Then we got a bunch of these guys. Most of those are tantalum capacitors. And these are the gold, man. Unused silver micas. Some of these are people really like to put back into old radios. I got to find out the radio club guys will like those. Unfortunately, a whole crap load of ceramic capacitors are a dime a dozen. I think I bought 100 for $1 last time I was at the swap meet, so they're not really worth anything. These are mil-spec capacitors, all 400 volts, and they all look okay. And of course those are silver mica and orange drops, which are purple. A couple bubblegum drops in there in the back over there as well. Forgot to sort those. Most of these are Sprague caps. Few half dozen electrolytics, those are probably all bad. Some weird ceramics back there. Old RAF parts, and British Army parts, and of course a bunch of those nice little film ones as well. Interesting thing over here, some sort of capacitor, or I don't know what these are. Somebody could identify them. They look like focus. They look like some sort of stuck veritable capacitor or resistor. I'll have to check them. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. We'll carry on as if we're normal tomorrow, because then I got to bag them and grade them.